to be working with people all over the world, right? You imagine that you're going to have people in Beijing and Tokyo, and you're going to have people in the UK that you're going to want to work with. So
that's true.
Getting used to like time zone differences is a thing, you know.
Yeah, that's true. I hadn't thought of it that way.
Just so you guys know, we are now live.
Oh, cool.
Oh, hey.
And since we're in like a new digital age and all that, like it makes connecting with people that much easier where, you know, the time zone difference is just over the internet, not like in real life where you're all jet lagged getting off a plane or something, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And welcome to the TuracoCreativeCast. My name is Frank, aka Mask Goggles. Captain Goggles. Mask Woman couldn't make it tonight. Anna Raub, she had a prior engagement. She might hop on later to the end, but we're not sure. She's got a lot of stuff going on with the 100 Days of Making Comics, so she's going to take a break for tonight. But we have two guests. We have a recurring member of the Turaco cast, ShyGuy, and we also have Aaron, aka Nefarious. Usually they're in the chats, but now they're up here. So anyone watching, hey. So Aaron, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and where we can
find I am the founder and creator of Global Frequency Studios, which is an independent publishing collective based out of the Northeast. We work with people all over, like we were saying, you know, work with people all over the world because you can do so digitally. And we work on developing creative properties for publication. On the other side of that, in the more digital medium, I'm the founding member and partner in Media Benders, which is the other venture that I'm involved in. And that's all video production and sound recording. So I'm in print and I'm in digital and video. And in my alter ego, which I think is am I in as... Yeah, I'm in his Global Frequency, so I can't be a villain tonight, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not on as Nefarious. If I was on as Nefarious, I could be your arch nemesis, Mr. Nefarious, but I can't be a supervillain right now because I'm on my business account.
Your best behavior? Yeah,
I can't. I have to be on my best behavior. If I was freewheeling behind the mask of anonymity online, I could have pizzas delivered to your house and stuff your inbox full of junk mail and, be a supervillain. But I can't do that right now.
I just had pizza right now. I bought a pizza before I came here.
Oh, you did? What kind did you have?
I had a pepperoni pizza. I got it at Little Caesars. I don't know if you guys have Little Caesars, but
yes, supervillains.
I've been wanting a pizza for a while.
Oh, really? so I moved too slowly on it. Is that what you're telling me?
I was like, come on
now. So yeah, Dale, I imagine that supervillains probably do much worse than that, but my alter ego shtick as a supervillain is more of like a super annoyance than a supervillain. He's He's not evil enough to be an actual villain. He's just evil enough to be an inconvenience. It's mostly like low scale evil stuff. He's not a very accomplished villain. But yeah, I've been joking with Frank that I'm gonna have a pizza show up at his house one of these days, and it's just gonna, in pepperoni spell out "I've got you now, Captain Goggles" or something to that effect.
Cool. And since this was last minute, I didn't have a chance to get all your links, so
I'll just be
hawking my stuff here.
Yeah, let's hawk it, man. Let's hawk this awesome Anna Raub shirt. If I recline sideways, this way. If I recline this way, it's a dragon, right? Oh, it's a dragon. Roar, it's gonna eat your head. And if I sit this way, it's a phoenix bird. So, it's pretty cool design.
Wow. I almost put on mine, but since I was just coming from church and getting everything ready, so I didn't put it on. So I'm just wearing what I wore to church.
I didn't
realize if you want to get that shirt,
existed.
Oh, you didn't know that this existed? That's because it's on
No.
her own separate Teespring, or not Teespring,
Yeah.
Shopify, right?
No, it's Teespring.
Or is it a Teespring? It's a Teespring.
It's a Dream Hatch Studio. There is a link in the link tree to her Teespring store, and you can get that shirt. You can also get the Anna Raub Mask Woman mask.
Yep, you can get a pillow,
mug. There's the pillows, and there's a bunch of stuff on. I've been trying to get her to put. I've been trying to get her to put some of those designs on the TuracoCast, so it's all like in one place. But
I do have one piece of merch though. I got my.
Yeah.
Hey, nice.
Yeah.
I got myself one of those too. It's upstairs because it's past coffee time down here in the studio. I had the purple one out today. I also got the mug of this.
Yeah,
shirt.
I saw the mug of that. And I wasn't able to catch your stream tonight because
that's okay.
You went on as I was leaving for church.
To go to church. Yeah, it's right on, man. We're trying to stream a little bit more often. Today was different because we were on Peter's show, and I want to try and get a video up for Friday. I'm going to try really hard to get the next Featured on the Frequency up for Friday. Okay. And I think we might be streaming again because Garrett said, "Hey, why not?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't have a good reason why not." So we might be going again on Friday.
Do it.
Which Anna and I might stream either tomorrow or Friday, but I'm going to try to go for tomorrow.
I mean, this YouTube thing, it's a pretty deep commitment. It's not quite as deep as making comics and all, but this does take up quite a bit of attention and time, like going around watching the different streams, being a part of the different streams. I must have, I mean, just today, I was on Pete's, I'm on yours, I did mine, and I was in the chat for 2 others and 1 this morning. So that's 6. Like my whole day was just spending time on YouTube. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've done that. I've done that before. I think even yesterday I was like in the chats of 3 different streams.
Yeah, I saw you.
Yeah. And what you were asking me.
What was that, Dale?
That actually goes with Go ahead, Dale.
Oh, I was just saying, it gets pretty involved. Like, you become kind of part of a network of different streaming channels, and you kind of want to keep tabs and see how all they're doing and support them as well. But you end up with a bigger and bigger network, and you just eventually it overflows. Yeah,
and that's what Aaron was asking me earlier, right before we went on, how I got involved in all this.
I want to know because Frank is everywhere. Part of it
was going into people's streams, being in the chats, being active, making connections. Back when YouTube still had, you could click on people in the chats, you could click on their profiles, and it would take you to their channel. So I'd be subscribing to people, and they'd be subscribing back. I'd be growing like that, but now YouTube took that away.
Yeah, now all you do is hover over it. It's either report or block. So I find myself reporting people all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, block.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, and just being more involved. What are you working on, though? You got anything that you're doing today?
Today I was doing a little bit of rough pencils for my Cosmic Unknown story. I need to start on page 3, so I've got some work ahead of me, but hopefully I'll have it all wrapped up by the end of February and hit the first deadline on March 1st. So we'll see how that goes. I also bit the bullet and rebought a domain name for my personal comic book site.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I had a NeoCity site before, and so I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna go for it. So I've got a new link for Frank to promote.
Oh, hey, right on.
If you're so inclined.
Yeah. Tell me, I want to go to it right now.
Oh, I need to update it is what I need to do, but it's the-installation.com.
You can drop it in the links if you want, in the comments.
Oh, hang on a second. Let me open up the YouTube.
Is it a stranger without a face?
Yeah, that's what I've got on there right now.
All right, so yeah, check it, brah. Oh, that's private chat.
Yeah, he put in the
And
private
that's
chat.
comments.
Yeah, hang on a second. I'll put it up there.
Let's see, the -installation.com. Let me see. Oh,
Here it is in the YouTube chat.
It's got the 9-volt on there. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to do some updating on it. I mean, it's on NeoCities, and NeoCities is kind of like a real throwback.
It is.
Place
I remember the days of NeoCities.
Yeah, and so it's all, HTML based rather than, a content management system like WordPress or stuff, but I'm going to throw up a new CSS template and get the site redesigned and updated with all my content. So
yeah, my current website is all WordPress.
I see it there.
Hey, there it is.
I see it there now. Theinstallation.com.
There it is.
Peter Seckler's website's WordPress too, and I helped him a little bit with it last week, updating some stuff. So he hasn't promoted it much, so I think he wants to put more into it. I don't know. He's posted it in the Discord, so I guess I can give it out. It's volverse.com.
Okay. I blocked him, so I can't see his stuff.
Oh, okay. Well,
why did you block? Why did you block him?
No, I didn't block him. I didn't block him.
You did it in a chat, right? You were gonna go click on his name to see his profile, and whoops! Oh, he's blocked now.
Oops. Kick out. Oh, sorry. No, I did invite him to come on right now, but he couldn't. So
I've got to update my website too quite a bit.
For our viewers, like we don't have a topic tonight. We're just gonna talk whatever. So
it's wild and crazy time.
Hey, he said hello world. That's great. Leave a comment. You must be logged in to post a comment. Uh-oh. How do I log in? Oh, there we go.
Are you guys still there? Did I freeze or did you guys freeze?
No,
you froze for a moment, I think, but I'm all right. I can hear you just fine.
Ralph has a question in the chat.
Okay. I don't see let's see. I don't see the chats.
You don't see the chats?
I'm trying. Well, I just see Wolvers on the screen. I can't take it off, so I don't know what's going on here.
Uh-oh. Well, anyhow, Ralph Contreras says, looks good. Are you going to have a place for people to sign up for a mailing list? I think he's referring to Seckler's site, Volverse. I don't know if he's going to have that or not. I mean, I probably won't have a mailing list until unless I do a crowdfunder, but.
Well, you could get a MailChimp. It's not too pricey to do a MailChimp.
Yeah,
right?
I've thought about doing something like that. I mean, I don't know what I have to
start
broadcast out to people yet.
Because I have a MailChimp for something else, but I think they changed their policies.
I honestly couldn't tell you. All of the pricing plan stuff is done through the business account, and I just go through a card. Looks like $15 a month will get you standard. I mean, they do have free, you need a multi-channel account for free, up to 2,000 contacts. So just do that.
Yeah, that's what I have for another organization that I do their newsletter. So I was thinking about doing the same for the TuracoCreativeCast or for just my own stuff.
Yeah, I know
why I've been doing these mini comics. This is the second Captain Goggles and Mask Woman mini comic, so I'm working on this one right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get a few more. I want to put some up as an incentive when people sign up for the mid list.
That's great. How close are you towards your printer goal on your Ko-Fi? You getting closer? Get your printer scanner?
It's getting closer. I actually a friend of mine gave me one for Christmas.
Oh, right on.
So, but it's a good printer. It's a little bit of an older model, though. I think it was on sale. So like getting the right ink cartridges has been tricky.
Yeah,
but right now what I'm doing, what comes in. Yeah, like what I'm doing is I put it towards ink and just other stuff that I need. So I mean, I'm gonna get a long arm stapler so I can actually make the mini comics a little bit better.
Give it that like
I did an ash can today.
What was that? You did what today?
You did an ash can.
That's right. Oh, you posted that. It looked good.
Yeah, it's the where is it? Oh, that's not my book. Where's my book? It's the one in the first 9-vote issue. It's the Captain Courage.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just seeing how to do the layout so I can do other ash cans. So I did a test run of that one, and I like how it came out. So I posted it up on Instagram and on the Discord.
Yeah, Dale, I definitely think you should integrate a MailChimp into this site installation. It shouldn't be too hard, and it would give people just a place to click and like join a mailing list. That would be dope.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I mean, I don't know what I'd say to them on the mailing list yet. I mean, eventually I'll put a book out, but
it doesn't matter. Aggregate the names and email addresses so that when you do need them, they're there. Like that's what we started doing. Like I don't know, at least 2 years ago when I started this venture, and people just come in, they sign up, and you don't necessarily need to send anything out. The list never goes away. And then suddenly you say, hey, we've got something to say, something to tell all you people that are following us. And then, 80 people are like, why are you sending me email? No, I mean, you get some responses.
Into the spam folder it goes. Right? No, that makes sense. I should probably start building that up. I'm also, I mentioned on the Discord that I bought some bookmarks. I designed some bookmarks and having them printed just because I wanted to test it out. And they're supposed to be here in the next week or two. And I want to share them with people, but I don't know if people are just going to like, hey, let's give this stranger on the internet my mailing address. So I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, I know where Frank lives because he put a return address on the envelope he sent me. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's one thing that people do on the Discord, at least for like the mini comic exchange, is they send everything to Peter and Peter distributes it out. But I don't know if he wants to do that for everything. So
I got a PO box.
Yeah, Peter had offered that, and I don't want to keep like sending him stuff. Hey, you send this out.
So, yeah, I know what you mean. So I don't know.
I think we're doing the mini comics exchange again this time around, but it's a little disorganized right now. But we're trying to organize it and get a date. But I already sent some comics to Pete, so we're just waiting for more people to sign up, and then we can start sending them out.
Looking forward to that.
I guess I could do a mini comic and then include it and then put the bookmark in with it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's
what you just trying to get feedback on whether or not the bookmark is good or pleasing to the touch?
Yeah, I just wanted to test out how it felt, if it looked as good as I thought it would. The thing I noticed when I posted it on the AAA Discord was everybody was like, oh, well, why don't you just do a business card? You can use a postcard as a bookmark. So nobody seemed really thrilled about bookmarks. I really like bookmarks, though. Out of all the tchotchkes you can get with a campaign, I like it when I get a bookmark because I'll use it versus a sticker or a trading card or
you do what feels right for you when it comes to this. Like,
Yeah, here it is.
I think bookmarks is a good idea. I mean,
Look at this puppy right here.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah.
Shiny
That's
Doomsday
nice.
bookmark, right?
nice.
And he's got the art on the other side from the front of the book, right? And it's got a little tassel.
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy, that's
Yeah.
really deluxe.
Came with this, and I thought it was just really cool because a book like this is not something you're going to read in just one sitting.
Right.
So
Yeah.
have something to toss in there, and it's actually merch for the book also. So I think bookmarks are a great idea, Dale, especially if you're putting out something, you know, substantial. Like with a 9-volt, I could use a bookmark.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've used bookmarks in reading the 9-volt. So
I would love to get a bookmark in a 9-volt because it would make my life so much easier to just like pick up where I left off.
I'll send out a bookmark for the mini comics. Like, okay.
Yeah, halfway through and get worn out.
Get a little bit of that Christmas ribbon to tie on as a little tassel.
Yeah.
What's his name? Carrot Top. He put out a book once, and it was just picture books, but he included a bookmark, which is
So
funny
that you can
because
keep your
it's just pictures.
reading your picture book. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, man, that's my kind of book. I hate reading. Oh, I read so much. So a lot of people read for fun, you know, like they find it enjoyable to like, you know, journey into other people's worlds through prose and explore other individuals' imaginations. And I read to extract information from things. I'm on Wikipedia. I'm on the internet. I'm reading books on esoteric mythology and stuff to try and pull things, you know, that I can use in my life. I can't read for fun anymore. It's so weird.
Oh, that's
I can't find myself enjoying reading because it's like I start and it's just, I don't know. I like watching movies or playing a game or, you know, listening to music or something. Hey, Peter in the chat. What's up, bro?
No, yeah, and Sideburns is in there too. So hey, Sideburns, good day, chaps.
It's
good day.
It's Burns.
I mean, honestly, after staring at writing and reading in order to write, I can't find myself reading for fun. I can do other things. Although I imagine like if I was a professional video game programmer, I probably wouldn't want to play games that much either. I'd probably find my enjoyment somewhere else.
I don't know. I mean, I work in IT and look at me now. It's the evening and I'm on the computer, so.
But it's different. It's different. You're hanging out with friends. You're doing something you love.
That's true.
I don't know if you love your IT job. You might love that.
Some days I do, some days I don't. So
it's a mixed bag with IT. I've got a couple of friends in IT and some in like not the technical part of IT, but more of the like the customer service side of IT. So I know techs, I know guys that lay cable, and I know guys that like fix things, and I also know people who field the calls from the very upset people who need people to go fix things. So yeah, IT can be a very interesting and varied field. Some days,
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, it's a mix of everything in my place. So
I gave out two copies of this today at church. So
oh yeah, cool.
So they liked it. Well, one read it there, and the other one was going to read it later. He needed a bookmark.
I'll get back to this. I can only get past the first 2 pages. The next 2 I'll have to save for the ride home.
Did you give a copy to the lady who threw away your other comic you gave her?
What?
I gave it to the family and her husband liked it, and the kids liked it. I was talking to the little boy I gave it to, because I gave him the sketch card of Captain Courage, the first one I had made, because I made it for him, and I included a copy of this comic and also the masks we wear. they were in the back, like reading them and looking at the stuff. And my friend, he told me he read it. And he liked it. He liked the mask we wear the most because that had a specific message of hope. Because I did it for a support group. But yeah, they liked it, and yeah, and I had given them, I think it was the holiday edition, of the 9 volt, and we were talking about this last time on a different stream on my channel. I think that some of the creators put in ghosts and goblins in a Christmas anthology. So when she saw that,
and violence and
so when she saw that,
a little extreme for little kids.
She threw it away, but she didn't know that my story was in there.
Oh no!
So I joked, saying somewhere in the landfill there is an autographed copy of the Holiday 9 volt.
What I gotta do is I gotta send it around to all y'all and get you to sign a copy for me in tandem, so I can have the collected signatures on this 9 volt and put it in a vault somewhere, so that when you're all...
We talked about doing that, but because there's creators from all over the world, it would just be like a lot of
shipping,
stamps, a lot of postage.
Yeah.
Yep, a lot of postage.
But I think we can do that for like the local ones, like the Americans.
I wouldn't mind springing to get Sideburns' signature on my book. You know what I mean? I would not mind springing to cover the cost of that shipping just to complete the roster. You know what I mean?
I wonder if we each do a sticker and a blank, like one of those blank label stickers, autograph it, send that to you, and you just pop it on the book.
Yeah, that's a way to do it.
So Peter is telling us that his art rep is back from the hospital, safe and sound, all better.
Oh, okay.
Good. And I would just like to say, hey, Pete, on stream, we said we were pulling for him, right? We said we hope he gets better soon. And now he's all better. So all I'm saying is that the well-wishings of this community are strong, bro. Don't underestimate them. There's some real intention in this community.
Right. Yeah, and that's what we're talking about earlier. That the way I got involved is just like just by checking out a couple of channels, finding out they did streams, going on the streams, in the chats, having conversations, cracking jokes, and then just following the different people on there. Like, oh, they have a channel. Okay, let me check that out. Oh, they have a stream. Let me check it out. And just popping up on different streams.
Because I'm not a social media kind of guy. So following on,
me neither.
Subscribing to pages, doing the Twitter dance where you like scope somebody out and then follow them. Then you see who they follow, and then they follow you back, and Instagram and all of that. Like my wife does the majority of it because I think it would drive me crazy. That on top of the insanity. So we have Facebook, right? And I think most everybody on the planet probably has Facebook that has that has the computer, right? That has the internet.
Computer.
I don't, so I'm weird. But my business does. And so Kim, my wife, started posting links to our videos and to, campaigns and other people's pages and stuff. And she posted a link to our video from the last one that we did on our channel. And the description was coffee and comics frequent outtakes, the one where the boys can't get their together. And it got flagged.
Oh, really?
Taken down. Facebook took it down. You want to know why? I'll give you each a guess. One guess as to why Facebook flagged our ad or our post, whatever it was, and took it down.
Because of the cuss word, right?
No. Good guess. That was my guess. When she told me, I was like, oh, it was because, the S word was in there, right? Nope, that wasn't it. Frank.
Because of the coffee?
Nope. That would be
Or
cool.
was it because of were the boys like something about the?
It was the word boys.
Okay.
You're
What?
not
Yeah.
allowed you're not allowed to refer to people by specific identifiers in your text. I was blown away. I was like, what are you talking about? It's Frank, do you want to try and explain this one? Because it blew my mind.
I mean, I didn't know Facebook was doing that, but I mean, I know that's a thing that people are like use my pronouns or don't assume things. But I didn't think a social media conglomerate would have that in there.
No, it wasn't even that. I mean, like, I could totally understand the pronouns thing. It's important to people and like that. It was
like
the fact
if it's an individual, like you're referring to someone, you want to be called a certain way or whatever. But
it's the fact that when you make a post like that, you can't use certain identifiers. You can't use any particular identifying gender, any particular identifying nationality, any particular identifying religion. So you can't say, hey, you want to meet Christians? You can say, would you like to meet Christian singles? But you can't say, do you want to meet Christians? Because of the way that the identifier is working. In the first case, Christian singles, the identifier is Christians, is singles. They just happen to also be Christian. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You can't say, would you like to meet Christians? Because that's one of those specific identifiers that Facebook says, no, you can't use. It is the weirdest thing. And I just
what if it's people named Christian?
Anymore. What's that?
What if it's people named Christian? Do you want to meet many men named Christian?
I think you would probably be flagged and then have to go through manual review.
How about like there's that show on Amazon called The Boys? Is that like, flagged? Can we not promote that show on Facebook?
I have no idea. I think it's for like, smaller time individuals like, me and other people that don't have millions of followings or Netflix deals or HBO specials or anything.
No, if you're peasant class, then you get flagged.
Like us. You don't want to use the word boys.
Yeah.
I think I've said woman on there before, but I can't remember because I know sometimes I'll be hawking stuff for Captain Goggles and Masked Woman. But I can't remember, because I think I put something about the digital bundle, which you can get on my Coffee account. You get a PDF of the Masked Woman papercraft and Captain Goggles, and I was promoting that. I don't remember if I said Masked Woman. So
if you did and you didn't get struck, that just tells us one thing. Frank is not a peasant like the rest of us.
Yeah, he's part of the aristocracy.
He's already made it up in the ranks, right?
I'm on the White Tower looking down.
Next stop, HBO special.
We're gonna have a Captain Goggles Masked Woman Netflix deal.
Well, that'd be really cool. Who do you think would play you? Who do you think would get to play you?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Maybe Vin Diesel.
I like Vin Diesel. Good actor.
Let's see. Who else is bald? They have to be bald.
No, they have to be bald. I mean, The Rock is bald. Dwayne
Dwayne The Rock.
Dwayne Johnson's bald.
Yeah.
I think Bruce Willis is still bald. I don't know if he's the look that you want. He's a grizzled white guy, but he's also a good action star.
Did the first person who popped in my mind? If he lost weight, the fluffy comedian.
Oh my goodness, Gabriel!
He's actually
75 pounds.
He's actually from this area, from South Texas. Not from like this town, but from South Texas, and there's a couple of cities down. He's from Elsa, Texas, and I have a cousin that lives there. So he's my people.
There you go.
That'd work then. Yeah, we'll go get Gabriel Iglesias and be like, you got to train for the role of Captain Goggles. We're gonna put you in intensive weight training, and you're gonna get cut like Chris Evans. We're gonna make you Captain Goggles.
Here's this serum.
Right? Yeah.
The super soldier serum.
Now you got Gabriel Iglesias shooting up dope going on.
Yeah.
Experimental growth hormones.
This channel is going to get flagged for drug use is what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, we got flagged for drug use earlier when Garrett took his insulin, so there you go, right?
Really?
No. Not to my knowledge, not yet. It might still happen.
It could happen, yeah.
Who do you think would play Masked Woman? If you had
I was thinking about that. Let's see.
Scarlett Johansson.
Okay.
Gotta get Scarlett
Johansson. Yep. I think that's it. Yeah, we've agreed. It has to be Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Scarlett Johansson. There you go.
I think she could live up to the Anna Raub standard. If we put the mask on Scarlett Johansson, we wouldn't be able to tell that she's not Anna Raub, right?
Yeah.
Like that would disguise her enough so that we're like, oh, okay.
It would fool the audiences.
Yeah. Well, in the comics, we don't use our secret identities. We just go by Captain Goggles
Masked
and Masked Woman.
Captain Goggles, yeah. But you do have secret identities, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, it might be different in the comics. We can change that.
Oh, okay.
We got some activity in the chat over there.
Angelina Jolie.
Oh, wow. Angelina Jolie is a good choice. She's getting on in years, though, right? I mean,
yeah.
Wow. My wife gonna slap me when she sees this. Oh, Angelina, old.
She's old.
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock is pretty old, but she's still.
She's got the dark hair.
I haven't seen her in anything recently. Yeah, she's got. You know what would be cool if we someone could draw each of those actresses, but as Masked Woman.
There you go.
Just to see how it would look. So I guess we can Photoshop a mask on them.
How I would do that is I would just go get them. See, I can use Photoshop. I can't draw to save my life, but I can use Premiere Pro and Photoshop and do some digital manipulation. I would just get a shot of Angelina, a shot of Scarlett, and slap the Masked Woman mask on them.
Which I Anna Raub made a mask template. It's on Gumroad, and there's a link in the description. So anyone wants to print that out, can just get it on Gumroad. She has it for $0+, so you can get it for free. But I mean, even though she gave to send me one in advance because we did that live stream, I still went and bought it just because I want to support my friends. So like. You know, for a couple of bucks, man.
Yeah, why not?
It's an interesting. It's a good template. I'm looking for my mask because I made one on the stream, but I made mine blue with a little bit of gray. So that, I don't know where I put it.
I couldn't find my goggles. I have these cool welder goggles. We used them for a costume one year, a steampunk costume. Yeah, yours are cooler.
Yeah,
those are great.
I used these for Ghostbusters costume.
Makes sense.
So I just had, and I had like glued some pipe that I painted green, some PVC pipe, but it just came off, so I just use them like that. So they look cool.
Yeah, they do. So Dale, who's going to play you in the movie?
Am I in the movie?
Yeah,
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito.
I mean, that's star power right there, right? That's star power, but I think you could get someone a little taller.
Captain Goggles, Masked Woman. We got.
I used to be compared to when I was younger and I had hair. Brendan Fraser.
Wrong
So
with
maybe
her.
to modern day Brendan Fraser, since he's put on a few pounds, and if he shaves the top of his head,
Okay, Brentford.
We'll shave his head, and we'll cast him Shy Guy.
We'll cast him. There you go.
Yeah. And you guys can be a crime-fighting trio.
I'll be the unproductive emu. That's why.
He'll be the guy selling the cornets. There's the villain over there.
You're gonna be the dude in the chair.
And Nefarious will be the villain, of course.
Yes,
right?
I'm definitely gonna be the villain. You're gonna have to foil my insane capers as I gallivant around town causing mischief, like leaving people's gates open in their yard so their dogs get out.
Oh, jeez.
Evil plans.
So Jim Carrey could play you though, like he played the Riddler.
Yes, you could probably. Very
and Cyburn says he can be played by Colin Farrell.
You could be played by.
There you go.
Cyburn, the guest hero from Down Under, showing up 9 hours late because of the time difference. Just at the climactic battle, he arrives perfectly fresh and relaxed as the heroes are about to be defeated. He's like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And you're like, "You were supposed to be here 9 hours ago." Time difference.
My kangaroo got a flat tire.
Right. Was the wallaby. Gila monsters met me at the airport, mate.
Peter.
Well, Danny DeVito is in that one.
Charlie.
And there's
Charlie. Charlie Day to play Nefarious.
Charlie. Yeah, Charlie.
But Danny DeVito's on Sunny, and he plays Frank.
Yeah. He plays me.
Yeah.
It's a circle, man. It's coming all the way back around. It's gonna bite you.
Yeah, it's going. Which there's a comedian.
So suddenly everyone wants to be Danny DeVito.
Everyone's
Charlie Day to play me.
Charlie
really?
Day. Charlie Day.
Charlie Day.
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
Really? Okay. Yeah. I've never heard that one before.
I would think it would be the other guy though.
I think maybe if Charlie got a little bit bigger and buffer, because he seems like such a little guy on the show,
Yeah, he kind of does. I can
definitely see Charlie Day playing me. We both have the same perplexed and confused expression most of the time, bewildered by our own environment.
I'm trying to remember his name, but the guy from Who Wants to Be whose line is it anyway? The host. Man.
Drew Carey?
And he went on. Drew Carey. I used to get compared to Drew Carey a lot because my glasses used to be black.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So I had the big black rim glasses like his, and
I think I would actually pay to see Drew Carey be a superhero.
I could see it a little bit. I could see a little Drew Carey and Frank.
Yeah, especially when he was chubbier and I was a little bit heavier back then. Like, hey, you look like Drew Carey. Like, yeah, I know. No, seriously, yes, I know. You're not the first one to tell me.
So those weird articles that you run into online, you'll never guess what they look like now. Like such a celebrity was a teenage child star. You'll never guess what they look like now. So we should get Drew Carey all muscled up, and they could run that picture in the ad and be like, you'll never guess what he looks like now. And then he could poise for his return in the Captain Goggles Masked Woman Adventures Netflix special that you're going to do. And you'd make him famous again. Ooh. Yeah, I think that's a plan. I think you've already got something very solid. I'll get on the phone.
Make it happen.
We'll see if we can get some bookings rolling, and we'll see what happens. Let's make some magic.
All right.
Yeah, cool. I want to do something like Kevin Smith, where he throws in all his friends and does references.
Apparently,
I was a big Kevin Smith fan back in the day.
yeah, when he and Jason Mewes got Jason Mewes off heroin by doing Clerks. What a great friend, though, right? Like, I'm going to put you in my movie, but you can't be on drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clerks. I remember when that was the thing. But I worked in retail at the time, and I was like, yeah, I really identify with this movie.
I remember seeing commercials for that, like, because I would rent movies on VHS, and there was like a commercial for Clerks. And I'm like, oh, what's this? And like, it was still, getting traction. So it was, then I started watching it.
Rats and Chasing Amy, right? Those were the three movies.
No, those were his big three.
It's Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy. Then after that, Dogma.
Yep, and then
Jay and Bob's Strike Back.
Yep.
Then Clerks 2, and then they did more. Well, I don't know if they came out or not, but I know they were doing Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
I think that did come out.
Fan in the house, ladies and gentlemen, someone who knows
apparently
Kevin Smith's entire videography, right? His entire mainstream videography.
And the Clerks animated series.
Yep.
Yeah, that was my favorite. Was the animated series? I thought that was awesome.
In the Clerks, I think it was like the Blu-ray special. It was like one of the anniversary ones. They include a deleted scene, but from Mallrats, but it's done in the animated series style.
Really?
So it's the funeral scene when they go into to their friend's funeral.
Oh yeah, so in the movie you just see him running out.
Yeah, you just see him go in and coming out, but they animated that scene just for the DVD special or the Blu-ray special. And
I didn't know that.
It's pretty cool. It's really it looks interesting. I'm seeing a cartoon, but it's like the actual like. I think it's like R-rated, so I think they cuss and stuff. But you see like the body and stuff like that. That's funny.
So I remember the first time I was watching Chasing Amy, I think it was, because that's like the one where they're all like older and mature and have had jobs and stuff. And I think it was a scene where they were arguing with Banky, and someone calls an inker a glorified tracer.
Yeah. Speaking of tracers.
Wow.
Ouch.
Frank's going for it, apparently. Jeez.
Peter knows I'm joking. Like, I always call him a tracer.
But I always I thought that was like the roughest way to just, describe someone's profession. It's like, you're a glorified tracer. Oh,
well, a fun fact about that involving Peter Palmieri. Jimmy and Joe Quesada are in that movie in the con scene, like just kind of like in the background, like it goes by quick. And they're showing Ash the comic, and that's a character that Peter named. So.
Oh, I didn't know Peter named the character Ash. That's so cool. Right on.
And then
I remember Ash.
In Clerks 2,
it does, right?
at the end in the credits, there was this thing back then when MySpace was a thing. MySpace did their Clerks 2 MySpace did this thing where if you
seems like Jimmy's an even greater fan than you are.
Yeah, apparently. Get upstaged.
Your mother's
it threw me off, thinking Peter. I didn't see what he wrote. Oh crap!
Read the next one.
Yeah, I saw it. Your mother is a tracer. So in Clerks 2, they were doing this promo where if you put the Clerks 2 MySpace page as in your top 8s and you commented on that, your name will be in the credits. So at the very end of the credits of Clerks 2, they do MySpace credits, and my name is in there.
Hey.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Yeah. So you're in there, and Peter's not.
Yeah, we have a connection. Me and Pete.
I have a friend who was in Jersey Girl.
I am Pete's. What's the name of the guy that calls him a tracer?
It was Banky, I think, was the guy.
Well, Banky's the one that gets called a tracer. That will be Pete. I will be the one calling him a tracer, which Scott Mosier.
Oh, okay.
I am
yeah,
Pete
who
Scott
does
Mosier.
The Mosier to his Banky?
Isn't Mosier the one who does like podcasts with Kevin Smith?
So,
I don't know if
mean,
he still does.
Sense. Frank's doing live streams. You know, there it is. Makes sense.
I need to get Kevin Smith on the show.
You do.
Hey, Kevin.
We have to tell him how his movies have shaped our lives to the point where we stay up late comparing ourselves to characters in his movies.
Yeah.
I bought the Bluntman and Chronic trade paperback that like they did the comic like based supposedly it's based in the show. So they actually did it. So I bought that. So I had a copy of that. And so I used to also have the action figures. I had the Jay and Silent Bob action figures, and the Silent Bob had a voice button, but it didn't do anything because he's silent.
He's silent. Yeah. it should say a line like every 50 presses or something.
That's what I was hoping it would say a line, because he does say something.
One thing
in each movie, but just like one little thing. But no, it's just like an empty button, and so you just press it and there's nothing. There's not even a speaker attached to it.
That's funny.
But I had the Bluntman and Chronic action figures, and also had the In action figures. So I had the Golgotha monster, the poop monster.
Oh,
nice. Squeezed it so much it like popped off. So, I don't think they I don't think they did. I don't know if maybe later on, but I don't think so.
If there was one figure besides, Bluntman and Chronic who I would want, it would be Mark Hamill playing Knocker in Jay and Silent Bob. When I saw him come out with like the big fist, I lost my mind. I was dying. I barely held it together through that scene. Because Mark Hamill's playing a supervillain with a giant fist named.
And they actually when his scene comes on, it says it's Mark Hamill, kids, like flashing on.
Yeah.
Because apparently, because I watched all the movies and I would watch them. I'll buy them, I'll watch them, then I'll watch them again in commentary, then I'll watch them again in the second commentary. So I was finding out all this stuff, but apparently in the screening people didn't recognize him.
What?
So they had to just literally put it on the screen.
I can get that. I can get that because he's wearing a domino mask, and people haven't seen him on screen for a while. But the dude plays
back then. It was
so when he goes, "Hey, Blunt Man," I'm like, "Oh my god, it's Mark Hamill!" I knew by the voice, right?
Yeah. I mean, he seemed recognizable to me, but
I think people were probably just distracted by the size of his fists.
I think they just weren't expecting it, and I'm gonna have to put a warning on the title of this show, because a language warning.
Uh-oh.
Have I cursed too many times?
You went past my limit of 1. So.
Oh, bro, I'm sorry. It's what happened.
You're like 3 or 4.
We're PG-13 now.
I got to
have to put a disclaimer. Well, good thing I didn't send this out to my church people.
Yeah, right. Not yet.
I didn't have time to advertise
throw away
it.
your comic and
That's what mess with you. I'll get the video and send it to the churchgoers, and I will be
as nefarious.
nefarious.
That's kind of evil, though. I mean,
a link to all your churchgoers.
Well, what I might do is I'll download it, edit out,
And
add bleeps, and then re-upload it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Do you know how long it takes to import the media file though into Premiere Pro?
Oh.
It's absolutely flipping impossible to like get it in there, find the spots, add the little audio bleeps, and it's a pain.
Yeah.
I had to do it. When was I did it to something. I had to bleep something out. Oh, it was when we said the word Captain F head on feature frequency.
Oh, from CGUK.
Yeah, you said it on the stream, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I shouted him out, and I had to bleep out the name, because PG-13, and it was such a pain getting the third audio track to find it. So good luck downloading an hour plus stream to bleep out.
Oh yeah, I edit on my phone. I use a Power Director. Just making if a video is past like 5 to 10 minutes, it takes a while to process it. And
we have like gigabit internet too, so like the upload download speeds are lightning fast. It's actually uploading it into Pro and then rendering it from Pro back to the hard drive. That takes a freaking while. The upload to YouTube is actually faster for some reason.
Oh, cool.
Really? Wow, it's really bad then.
We have high speed. We have high speed internet, but I think it's just the fact that the rendering takes so long. We actually were rendering a bunch of clips from the outtakes shows, and it failed. It took so long the computer went to sleep, and the upload failed as a result. That's what happens when you go to bed and forget to check your uploads.
Yeah, so I've been doing
it's his fault.
Sorry. I've been doing the Turaco bites, and like same thing. Like I have to like edit those things.
Yeah, I like those. I like the short formats. The little.
Yeah. I think that's a good thing to do with live streams.
I still exist, bro. Here's my 1-minute video. Remember, here's a cool little message. Just staying.
Yeah.
Daily
I think there's a significant portion of the YouTube viewers who don't want to watch, a live stream. Now, and on the flip side, there's people who want to watch, the 6-hour live stream every minute of it too. So,
yeah, I can't. I don't have the attention span. I like engaging in short videos. That's why like YouTube recommends the 10-minute mark, because they can run ads, but it also doesn't drag on too long. Like 10 to 20 right in there is decent video length. Anything over that's like video essay, and like an actual hour-long video, for me, that takes real dedication to want to watch. I've started watching hour-plus videos with every intention of making it to the end, and found that I wander off somewhere around the 35, 40-minute mark. And when I come back, it's pretty much over. So like I went off and got completely distracted, because even though I had every intention of watching it to the end, it just, I don't know, somewhere in there, the interest kind of dies off. But then again, I used to be medicated for ADD, so it could be a lingering side effect of just not being able to do things.
Yeah, I'll do some of the longer streams, but I will typically like run them in the background while I'm doing something else. Turn up the volume and go do the dishes, or when I'm drawing on my comic book or something, I'll just have it running in the background.
If I'm involved in the stream, like actively involved either in the chats or actually on the stream, then I'll be engaging. But if it's just like if I'm just in and out, I have a limit to like if it's
it's mostly like the hour-and-a-half stream that's become a video. Like I'd love to watch it. I'll watch the first 10-15 minutes, but I can't. Yeah. There's something about the live stream. You're on it with other people, right? You're listening to people act live. You can engage through the chat. You can engage with the people that are in the chat. Sometimes your chats get shouted out by the talking heads on the screen, and make a funny joke, and people say stuff. He and Corey did a 5-hour. Yeah. Hey, Wise Guys has gone for a long time too. Wise has got some streaming stamina. And so is Kami Mark. But
the
thing
we
is,
did a 3-hour stream once. Actually, we did. Anna did a with her mask stream. That went on for 3 hours and 33 minutes or 33 seconds. Or
that was smart. Yeah.
Because she wanted to end it like on 333. So, yep. But yeah, that went on a while. And then the next day, like I did a stream, and I told her, like, you can come on, and she's kind of tired. She did a 3-hour stream, and it's not gonna be 3 hours, like probably an hour or so for tops. And then like I did it, and then I think ShyGuy came on, and we ended up doing a 3-hour stream. Like, so man, like 2 3-hour streams back to back, like.
Yeah, that was the long stream where like I had to go to the bathroom by the end of it.
If I were going to do a long form stream, I would have to do it for 4 hours, 21 minutes, and 9 seconds.
What's the significance there?
Sure.
Well, turn that 1 minute into 60 seconds.
Oh, okay.
4 hours, 21 minutes, and 9 seconds. I gotta be a meme, bro. Stay true to who you are. I'm a living meme. Yeah. I don't know if I could ever go for like more than 2 to 3 hours. I would probably just start talking nonsense like I'm talking nonsense now.
Well, Peter says he's done 8 hours before. I don't think I'd ever do. Yeah, and Corey and Joshua did a 5-hour stream. I don't know if I could do 5 hours, but
we're gonna have to find out.
Stream. We'll find out. We'll find out right now. See how long.
Oh, I gotta go to work in the morning.
Yes. And speaking, we've actually reached our 1 hour mark. It doesn't actually feel like an hour.
Hey, look at that.
That's usually how long we go for the Turaco. So I don't know if you guys got anything else you want to say or plug or.
Mavericks in pre-launch. Go check it out, Indiegogo. Check out our website, globalfrequency.org. Plug in my stuff and go buy Frank's mini comics. Shop at his Ko-Fi. Check out Dale's new website, which is his old website. New websites, new sounds like the old sound. He's going to put together a MailChimp and integrate a mailing list so that we can.
Yeah, apparently that's the thing to do.
That's happening. I mean, we said it is. So now
yeah, so sign up for my mailing list, and I'll send you a nice recipe for slow cooker short ribs.
Oh, dude, that'd be great. I have a slow cooker. I love short rib.
Oh, cool.
Like that fatty short rib. Yeah, my wife loves that too. Right on. I'd definitely sign up for that.
And if you want to get a masculine papercraft or a Captain Goggles papercraft, you can donate to my coffee account. There is a link in the link tree, or I have the copy right here. And you get the Mask Woman and Captain Goggles digital bundle. And if it's your first time donating, I will send you extra stuff too. So check that out. Thanks everyone in the chats. Thanks to Aaron and ShyGuy for coming out. Oh, and I don't say Aaron, big thank you to you. You are one of the biggest supporters of this channel. He is wearing a Anna Raub original t-shirt right now, which you can get on Anna Raub's Dream Studio Hatchling Teespring. Links in the description.
Hello.
Thanks everyone for coming out, and we'll catch you next time. I might stream tomorrow with Anna, so we'll see.
Yeah, I'll show up in the chat.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.